Hey guys, it's a modern day Nana. Okay, we're out in the bright, beautiful July sun this morning. Now this gets really shaded. This area gets really shaded in the afternoon, but it's only about 9 a.m. here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to remake this memory lantern. And a girlfriend of my daughter's made it for her one Christmas. I think the Christmas after she lost her dad. So after I lost my husband. So yeah, it's it's always hard to go into things like this, and I've actually had it a couple years and kind of put it off. I don't know, it's just emotional, but she had made this really cute, and then it just needed a little revamping. So she has some adorable things in it, so we will reuse a lot of the things she had. She had a couple of walls put up in it with this green, just with this green color. And then she had a really cute little chair inside, and this little table with the present on it. And then here's a photo. You guys can see that, a photo of my late husband. Like I said, it's still really hard. It'll be 7 years in September, but things must go on. So there's this, which I might have to cut off. It's really glued on there. Really cute stained glass Christmas tree that she had up. So there's that. And then she must have just copied us off in tissue paper. Just a little note to say, I love you, hope you have fun, love, Dad. So it was probably on something that he had given Rachel. I don't know if she was going on a trip or something, but she copied this off on tissue paper. So there's that. And I think that was all she had in there. So yeah, I thought we could remake this and give it back to her. So the first thing I was thinking was, when I was looking for carpet for the, for that upstairs bedroom, I brought a couple of little squares home to try it. This is pretty tough though, but I thought, it didn't have anything in the bottom of it. I thought we could see if we could put this in the bottom of the see if we can cut it. See my great measuring skills here. You guys, if you watched any of my videos, you know I'm pretty bad about just grabbing whatever is handy or kind of makeshifting it. I think part of that is I feel like early on I really had to, so now it's just kind of a thing. Actually, that might be pretty perfect. Nope. Oh look, it's got lines on the back. How about we go with well, of course this side's not even though. See what I'm saying? It's got the lines of glue or whatever on the back. Anyway, so yeah, it's good. My brother and his wife got here last night. They're sleeping, and they drove up from St. Pete, which they've been there about a year, and I haven't gone. I know I'm missing out, but so much to do, so little time, right? But I will definitely get down there. Now I don't want to make it too small because then I'm going to be mad. All right, let's just kind of even this out. So anyway, so they're here for like 3 weeks. I don't think he ever does anything in a short amount of time. So they've come up and they're going to stay 3 weeks. My mom's here, for those of you that don't know, in a nursing home about 10 miles from me. Super duper 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 nice place, you guys. I mean, it's one of those deals where she was going down the tubes at home. She, I think, was just severely depressed. COVID hit and she was a real go-getter. And even though she was starting to fail, her husband still, you know, got her out, and they got at least to the store and to Kroger and you know, messing and a doing. And so all that ended because obviously COVID, and they're older, and he has some health issues. So I think he was scared to get out and risk it. And I think, you know, for a lot of older folks, that really, you know, couldn't be avoided, but it did a lot of damage. That is about as straight as I don't know what. Hey, it works. So we have some carpet in our little living room. All right, well, that was a good thing. So yeah, I don't know, you know, I was really shopping for carpet when I picked these up, but little samples, kind of nice. That worked out really well. It could be a little smaller, but I think once you get the furniture in there and set the furniture on it, I don't know where we'd trim it up at. It's a little too short here. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. Okay, now we have our options with, she had, because she had his picture up and the Christmas tree and this I love you note. She had it on paper on a couple. Now we could just maybe stick it up and not do that. I don't know what it would look like from the back. Not so hot from the back. Unless we did like a little frame around this. Because it'd be nice to put like a little tea light candle. I don't think it had anything in it as far as a light. And this little stained glass tree is adorable. She's a real crafty girl herself. My daughter's best friend. I think she would consider her best friend. You know how that goes in life. But they've been friends a long time. Definitely since high school. So that's really, really, really nice, isn't it? When you can have like a friend that knows your stuff. See, if I can't get all this off, we're gonna have to back it. I might be able to if I pick at it. Okay, so we've got the carpet in, and this is kind of an off-white, the lantern. It's nice. The chair's kind of a off-white creamy color with the brown. I'm just trying to think of what we want to do with our little note. I think it's nice not to have it all covered in. She had the sides kind of covered with, well, 2 of the sides with this green so that she could hang these things. But what if we just did like a little frame? I got this, somebody gave this to me. I just opened it yesterday to look at it. So if we made like a little frame around this, and then we could just like hang it up like it's a photo, and then we could hang this up as a photo. I just have to cover the back with something. This is some stuff I had. I really like this. Let's look at the red stripes on here. I like to bring in the red a little bit. Okay. So maybe if we put it on here, I don't have a glue stick out here, guys. Oh, I do. Yay! This should dry clear. I don't want to mess it up. I think it'll be fine. These purple glue sticks dry clear. Okay, and then we can put it on this red. I'm just going to roughly cut it out. I don't have any measuring tools out here. Uh-oh, the sweat's starting to drip in my eyes, guys. I don't mind the heat. I actually enjoy the heat. Oh, that's nice. The sun just went under a cloud. Give it kind of like a little mat in a frame. Oh yeah, that's not bad. Hopefully it's not too wide. Yes, it is. Oh, fiddlesticks. Yes, I gotta wipe my eyes here. Woo. Okay, that's too wide. See, that's what you get for not measuring. Okay, shoot. Okay, we're gonna have to cut this down a bunch. Maybe just show a sliver of it. Just really glued this down really well. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut this inside down, at least on the sides. And you can still see the print through the writing since it's, you know, it's just tissue paper. And that should give us, we just don't want to cut any of the writing off. That should give us the little bit we need. Sometimes it's literally just a fraction of something. Perfect. Okay, guys. So there's that. So there's that sign. Just a little note to say I love you. Hope you have fun. Love, Dad. That's so sweet. Okay, now we have this photo that I messed up. Put a little glue right here. There we go. There, I fixed it. Okay, so we need to decide what we want to do with that. If we just want to put a back on it so it doesn't look bad from the back side. Oh, we've got to put a back on this too. Maybe we'll do this one. I like this. It's nice and neutral. She's a real neutral girl. She did do last year. She did a real traditional Christmas last year. So she did, you know, reds and greens. But she is kind of minimalist. And she doesn't like anything real over the top. I've said that before in videos. Yeah, that's nice. Let's just glue this on the back of there. So I try to keep it kind of low key for her. My other daughters kind of the same. They really got into this minimalist stuff, which, you know, well, you don't know, but if yeah, I'm not a minimalist. Definitely not. Okay. All right, so we have the chair and the cute little stool. I think she had them like this. That way, if we wanted to, we could put a tea light right here. That would be nice. So we have this and this. Oh, and we have the Christmas tree. I wanted to make it back, you know, as much like I could as she had it. Shoot. I hate to cover this up, but I could not get that off of there. We'll just do it all with this. Should have a pin out here, but we can just take it and kind of fold it. Then we'll know where to cut it. At least the basics of it. And then we can put it back on. And again, you guys, if you've watched me, I am not the crafter that needs things straight. I like it to look like we made it, like it didn't come from a store. Okay, so now we just have to decide where we want our pretties, where we want our tree. We want our tree here. The chair and the little bench have to go in there. Do we want the tree behind it? And Pop's picture. And then his words. I don't think it really matters. The tree could go there. Pop's picture behind the chair. Maybe let's do that. I'm just going to do a dab of hot glue. The kids called him Pop. I'm just going to try to center it there on the X. The grandkids called him Pop. It's an ordeal, guys. It is an ordeal. And, you know, obviously we're doing Christmas in July, but you know the holidays can be really, really tough for people. Holidays, birthdays, anniversaries. I didn't say anything and nobody really said anything to me. Matter of fact, nobody did say anything to me. Maybe one or two of the kids said something about it, but it would have been our 40th wedding anniversary in June. And it's just also crazy to think about. He was older than me, so he actually would be 75 the end of this month. Him and my oldest daughter have the same birthday. So, of course, that's sad and hard, you know, for her. You know what? I wonder if we should put this on the outside. You know, turn it around so you can see what it says. Of course, if you look inside, that's sweet. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on these so they don't, you know, topple over. Oh, that's sweet. Just a little on the feet of the bench. Oh, our tree didn't stay up. It's cute with the present, the tree, or the, wonder if these aren't gonna stay. Those seem fine. Maybe I just didn't get a good, this is pretty heavy. We'll get a nice glob on there. Oh, I got the bench a little close to the tree. Can you guys see that? It's sweet. Okay, and I've got some little tea lights in the house. We'll light it up later. We'll put a light on it. See how it looks. But that's cute inside. Okay, now let's do something to the top. Okay guys, I think I showed you this in a haul. This is stuff I got at Goodwill. I really like this. Super like fairy, you know, like real wispy soft. I think that's really pretty. That and the red berries might just be what we need. And I've got pine cones. We just can't do really huge ones. There's one that doesn't look that great from this side, but we could stick it in that way. Just maybe a couple of pine cones, you know. Oh, this one's nice. Those are good sizes, I think. So there's 3. Oh, here's one that's real nice. Okay, so we have some pine cones to work with. And we have this to work with. Oh, and then the ribbon. Oh, you know, like I said, she doesn't like anything real wild. Let's see. I cannot find my good wire cutters. I found these little beady ones, which, yeah, I wasn't even sure if they were wire cutters, but hey, they are. Okay. Okay, here's some berries and some pine cones. Okay, we have some berries and some pine cones. We need some greenery. These still have the price tags on them. $1.99. Okay. I might just pull these off of here. Now save this because it's just a nice piece of already wrapped wire. Okay. Not sure if we'll need any more than that. Like I said, we don't want to get carried away. And then, okay, I went and got my ribbon stash. This is kind of off-white. I've got some nice, never been opened. It says $3.99. I don't know if I got it half off or not. 25 yards white velvet. But now she's the one that told me a couple of years ago, Mom, burlap is out. This looks pretty burlappy to me, so we're not using that. This is kind of cute, kind of a snowy, fuzzy. It's got some gold trim on it. I don't know, we'll see. I was trying to see what we had in the way of, I don't want it to be, I want it to be more, oh, that's nice. It's kind of like a linen. That might work. We can mix too. Oh, here's this. Oh, I wonder if she'd like this. This is pretty, actually. She's still pretty farmhouse at her house. That's nice. Got these red beads also. That one, just kind of a loose weave, but it's a creamy color. Everything else I've got in here is kind of white. So, but I don't know if, you know, if mixing for her would be a little too much. I kind of feel like that'd be a little too much. Here's just a nice little, looks linen-y. Sometimes I just pull these off, you know, I just don't want to mess with them. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's got a little silver running through it. So if we didn't use this, let's put that back. I don't know. Do we want to try to combine all three of these? This just kind of abruptly ends. I'm not sure what was going on there. Needs a tassel or something. But the red beads are cute. We'll see if we can incorporate them. Okay, guys. All right, now, I don't know if any of you have made a ribbon with me before. Let's go ahead and make our ribbon and kind of go from there. We don't need a super duper huge one, but we can try to incorporate. Looks like I used this one before. We can try to incorporate these three and see what we've got. Okay. Okay, let's try to incorporate these three ribbons that I had in my stash. I'm just going to put them all together like this and layer them all together and make the bow together, and then we can fluff it out. Okay. I want this to be the outer one. I don't have tons of this, so we'll just see where we get with it. But how long do we want the tail? And we'll have to trim this up. We don't want the tail super duper long because it's not that big of a, you know, it's not that big of a lantern. Okay, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to scrunch up where I want to make my first little loop. And this is like the center of your bow. Okay? And I'm going to take, okay, so I'm scrunching this up. I'm going to wrap this around, and I've showed you before in other videos, but we'll just go through this. Okay, so I scrunch that up so that's underneath. So this is my top layer of my bow. Okay, and we can twist this underneath. And this will give us the top of our ribbon. Okay, I'm going to switch hands. Okay, so I'm just pinching this. In between my thumb, I got my thumb in the loop inside, and I've got this on the outside, and I'm just going to take this ribbon and I'm just going to decide how big I want my first little bow. I'll probably, my first little loop, I mean, and we can straighten this out. I don't want it very big. You see that? And then I'm just going to pinch it all underneath my fingers. This is going to be really bulky. And then I'm going to twist it all, so that these are kind of showing, so we don't lose our creamy ribbon, and make the same size, approximately the same size loop on this side. Okay, so that gives us about the same size loop on that side. And I don't think we need a super big bow. Okay, now because I want this ribbon to show, I'm twisting it as I go under. And we can straighten this up. So I'm just going to make the bow a little bit bigger. Twist it in the middle, come around, and make this loop kind of match this one. Now, here's a problem. We're going to run out of this, so I'm just going to leave this hang so we can have this as our hangy. Okay, let's just leave that out, and let's just twist these and keep going with these. I think we probably need maybe 3 loops. See what I'm saying? Okay, so this makes 2 on this side. So now we don't have the cream in there, but that's fine. Okay, and then we can loop this, or twist it in the back, make another loop. See, just gradually make them a little bigger. I think that's big enough, guys. Like I said, she doesn't like way over the top stuff. Okay, now I don't have a twist tie or anything out here. Well, you know what? I do. I think. But it doesn't matter. This is a nice little piece of ribbon. Let's just use it to tie it with. It's actually got wire in it. I've got twine over there. You can use whatever. Use a twist tie, you know, piece of floral wire, twist tie off your bread, piece of string. Well, you know, it needs to be something that's going to hold it. Piece of twine, I should say. Piece of leftover ribbon. This was just a random piece of ribbon I had laying over here. Okay, now when you go to tie this down, I like to do it good and tight. Kind of gives it that pucker. I don't think we need to do a second knot in it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we want to see how long we want our little hangy down pieces, and cut that about the same length as the other side. Get rid of this stuff so we can work with it. Okay, some people like to dovetail We could do that. You know what? We can do that after we get it on. But see, that's pretty nice. So then if you want, you can just take, see, we have 3 layers. So you can just take and pull them apart and make a nice thick bow. See? Just pull these layers apart. Let's see, you have 3. Hold on, let's put this one up here and just work with it, get it to where you like it. See how I pulled this color down so it's every other? But you know, if you just use one color ribbon, just I'm gonna tighten that up just a little bit. I feel like that's a little loose, a little big, I should say. And that's a nice thing, you can just kind of go in here and pull it and tighten it up a little bit. Okay. And you could mess with it forever, right? But, you know, let's get it on here and then we can trim it up. Okay, so here's the front of our little lantern. We could just tie this, honestly, I don't know if it would be good enough, but we could just tie this on the handle. Let's just try that with these wires that, or with this ribbon that we tied it up with. Let's first of all just tie it on the handle. And then we can always glue it. That bows a lot, guys. I think that bow might be too much when we go to put all that greenery on there. Shoot. Okay, guys, that bow was a little too big, so I went back in and I just took out a loop on each side and made it smaller. I might have to make this a little shorter too, but let's go ahead. I just tied it on and then glued, just put a little glue dot just for now to see where we're at. Okay. All right, and we might not need a ton of embellishment. Because we got a lot going on already. Okay, so we've got our berries. Okay. So we could do something like that. We could just kind of stick some, let's just kind of make a little arrange, one for each side. Let's do 3 sprigs of the greenery and let's make them a little different length. You know what I mean? So they're not all the same length. Okay. I'm just going to take one of the sprigs and wrap around this berry the wire's super bendable. Okay. Okay. And okay, so we've got that one. Uh-oh, we lost one of our... Here, let's put a dab of glue on this. It came, uh-oh, it came off of the... Came off of its spot down here. There we go. Now it won't come off. So we've got that one. Let's make another one, but this one's already put together for us with some berries. Just used a piece of that greenery to twist around there. Okay, so we have our 2 sprigs. Let's see what we think. Okay, here's the handle. What if we want to try to incorporate the handle up here? We'd have to glue it, I think, if we did. Now we got to fit these in somewhere. Do they need to go behind the bow? Coming out of the bow? Let's tie these 2 pieces together. Make it one, see? Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's just glue this onto the top of the lantern. Okay guys, I think I'm happy with it. So I didn't end up putting the red beads on it, but we can do something, you know, in a vignette with them. So here, let me get you a little closer. Okay, so I just went ahead and made a bow, stuck some pine cones I had, some berries, did a little greenery. The back looks good too. Okay, and then of course inside we have the sweet little love note that Dad gave her in his picture, so I think she'll be happy with it. Okay,